Hi guys, Terry here. It's time for the next sheet load of cards. This is the March 2022 that Alicia has put together. If you've seen me do this before, you probably know the drill, but for those of you that haven't seen this before, Crafty Owl is a YouTuber that puts together a monthly idea for card making. So this month it's making 6 cards. She gives you the diagram, all the information you need about what pieces of paper you need to pull from your stash to make the cards. And then she also has the cutting guide. So this PDF is available on her channel, so I'll have a link below to her channel, and then I'll have a link to my blog with all the information of what I used. So for this one, I decided to go to my stash of paper. You know, we all have a ton of paper. I had gotten these on clearance at Joann's I don't know how long ago. So this was $1.97 for a great big pack of 6x12 Cricut cutting paper. So I decided to pull out this butterfly paper. I thought this was just beautiful. And then I thought the colors that went with it, it's kind of a red or a rust color, and that blue. So I thought this paper was beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, she shows you how to cut your paper so that the 3 colors of paper, so here's the 3 pieces that I picked. This red and the blue and the butterflies. So those are the pieces that I picked from that paper pack. But what I want to do is I want to always have this butterfly paper in the middle. So instead of cutting it exactly as she said, I decided to make all my butterfly pieces out of, or all the center of the card out of this butterfly piece. And then what will alternate is the red and the blue. So you need those 3 colors of paper, and she uses 6x6. I'm just using those great big long 12x12 sheets, or 6x12 sheets that I have. And then I decided the colors that go best is this Island Indigo and Real Red from Stampin' Up. And then I've got my 8.5x11 Nina Solar White, 110 pound. It's a nice heavy weight card for card bases, so I will cut those in half and then score them, and that will make my card bases. And then I'm going to mat. I picked out a sentiment. This is from a Jelly Bean stamp that says hello there. I'm going to stamp that on an oval. This is a Gina K Designs oval that has a scallop mat behind it. So that mat I'm going to cut out of the red and the blue. And then I also found this little butterfly stamp, rubber stamp from just a really old set of a bag of stamps that I had. So I'm going to stamp those, I think, in the blue and the red on top of that sentiment. So let me get some stuff cut, and then we'll start assembling. Okay, I've got my card bases, I've got my 6 butterfly pieces, I have the bottoms that go under those, and then I have my side pieces, and then I've cut my pieces, the matting that the butterflies are going to go on. So I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to stamp my sentiment on an oval in white, I'm going to use this scallop die, and I mentioned this was Gina K, a scallop that goes, that's the matting behind the sentiment. So I'm going to cut this out of these bases, because this will go right inside here, and then it'll be covered up by my pieces that go on the front of the card. So just to save cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and cut 3 blue and 3 red out of these. Okay, I got those cut out, and they are ready to assemble. So the last thing I want to do is stamp my sentiment. I've got my Misty repositionable tool here, and I decided to use my because I'm not cutting on a square piece of paper that I could put down in the corner of my MISTI, I'm going to use my stick and stamp mat from Brutus Monroe. So it's just got a little bit sticky on it, like a post-it sticky. And you can put your paper on here. I'm going to try to put it on the same spot each time. So I'm going to center it between here and here. And then I'm going to put my, this is a Jelly Bean stamp here. It says hello friend, hello there. And I'm going to put this on here. And then I think I'm going to stamp a butterfly above it. So I'm going to put it down a little bit. Pick it up with the Misty Door. And then I think I'm going to stamp, okay, I need 6 of them. I think I'm going to do 3 in the blue and 3 in the red. So this is an older stamp pad. I have some of the new colors, but not all of them. That looks good. I think I'm going to stamp it again just to make it a little bit darker. Oh, that looks good. So this mat does make your paper a little bit warped. So what I've learned is to bend the mat so that your paper starts to come off. And of course my mat is new, so it's very sticky. But just anything you can do to make the mat come away from the paper makes the paper just be less curved. So that one's a little bit curved, but not too bad. So let me stamp the rest of these. I really encourage you to go watch Crafty Owl's YouTube channel. She's got lots of tips on how to make these batches of cards. Another thing I'll say is I love that it makes 6 in a sitting, so if you're going to get everything out, it's really nice to, you know, go to the trouble and kind of have an assembly line. And then that way, before too long, if you keep doing this every month, you'll have a really good batch of cards. Sometimes I don't put the sentiment on it. If you want to decide later what you're going to send the cards out for. The other thing is this hello there is kind of generic enough that on the inside of the card I can put whatever the season is. If it's an Easter card or birthday or thank you or thinking of you. So another thing to keep in mind is just do a generic. This mat's working pretty well. I'm deciding on whether I'm going to do the butterflies on the label. I might do them, let's just use a stamp block, and if it messes up I'll restamp the hello sentiment. So let me get a block. I'm going to test it on a scrap paper. I want to see what this butterfly looks like. Oh, really pretty. That looks really good. So let's do I really like that. So I'll do red on the blue ones. I really like that. I probably could stamp a couple of them. Okay. I'm using a Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. You just get it wet, and then it's just a nice little tool for washing off the ink, especially red ink. Red ink is really covers. So pretty. For this sentiment, you could have used a banner going across it. I think that's what she had in her example. You also could use ephemera. If you have little packs of ephemera that go with your paper, that would look really cute. So I think I am ready to start gluing. Let me grab my glue. These should go together quickly. Now, put the red on the red or the red on the blue. Decisions. Too many decisions. But I do like that Gina K die set for the oval and the scallop. Crafty Owl also asks that you tag your project if you post it on Instagram or YouTube with her hashtags that she has on the PDF, and that way we can all see what each other's making. It's amazing that she sends out this template and then we all come up with something just a little bit different, because we all have different stamp sets and different paper packs. Okay, so now the assembling part. As you can see, I did some in the blue, some in the red. They turned out really cute. Love the butterflies. Very springy. I don't know what I'm going to use the cards for yet, but yeah, they went together really easily. I'll assemble the last couple here with you. So, like I said, I love these SheetLoad templates. They come out each beginning of each month. Alicia has the PDF that she attaches, and you watch her YouTube on the first of the month, and then she shares with you how to download the PDF, and then we all just enjoy making these cards. And you can make them your own. So she's always got ideas on there of suggestions, things to think of, things to keep in mind. And then on the second of the month, she shows how she assembled hers. So it's a great way to, you know, gain a little bit of confidence watching her do it, and then realizing that just following her instructions helps you to make a batch of cards. So it's so fun. Last month I did Valentine's cards and sent those out, and people just love getting them in the mail. So I go to the post office and buy a roll of stamps, and that's my stamps to send a batch of cards out, because I just know how it's so fun to get something besides bills in the mail. So I encourage you to go through your stash, go through your paper. If you have paper that you don't enjoy anymore, get rid of it. Donate it to somebody. There's always somebody's, you know, school room, or somebody, retirement centers. I did pop these up, so I put a couple foams squares behind here. But yeah, donate what you're not using. I mean, we all have enough paper in our room for 6 lifetimes, so let's de-hoard some of that stuff and pass it along. We can't possibly use it all. So there's my cards. I hope you enjoyed this, and you know, watch next month too. Like I said, I'll have the hashtag on there that she wants us to use. Show us your sheet load, March 2022, and you'll be able to see other videos of what everybody made. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great week.